Community Outreach Manager?
Yeah, right. You're going to just send me an email copy of that, and you have...
Right. We'll get your email address at the end. If we can go ahead and get started, we'll get your information at the end, okay, Mr. Hadman?
Okay, fine. What do you need from me right now?
Nothing. We're going to go ahead and get started with the presentation.
Okay, but I don't have that on the screen. Will that be just through the phone?
Right. We'll go ahead and talk about the security seals, and then you can take some notes if you like, and then Kelly will send you a copy of the webinar later.
Okay, and how long does that last?
This webinar is about less than a half an hour.
Okay. All right, I will hold that and go ahead and put me on the line.
Okay. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hi, my name is Kelly Race, and I'm the training coordinator. Are you all new or returning?
I'm returning. This is Carol, and I'm returning.
Okay. And Carol, I sent you an email yesterday. Did you get it?
Yes, I did.
Good. Okay, good. Okay.
This is Diana, and I'm returning as well.
Okay, great. How about you, William?
I have done one poll worker before, but I've never done the webinar.
Okay, great. And are you clerks or inspectors?
Clerk.
Inspector.
Is that you, Diane?
Yes.
Okay. How about you, Carol?
I'm not sure what I am.
Oh, okay.
Happens in a time.
You're on this. Okay. All right. Okay, great. So, Diane and Carol especially, this is going to be important for you. Obviously, the security seals and chain of custody documents are very important to the process. We need to maintain the integrity of our equipment, and this is what helps us do that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So you can both see the screen, right? It's just William who can't?
Yes.
I cannot.
I didn't, I was locked up or something. I've just done an hour's time.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started then.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to be talking about the chain of custody documents. There's two of those. There's a JBC chain of custody document and an e-booth chain of custody document. We're also going to talk about our Tamper-Evident security seals, which is divided into, we have two types, red security seals and blue security seals. So we're going to be talking about both of those.
As you can see on the slide, those of you that can, the chain of custody is a set of documents that's mandated by the California Secretary of State. There are two documents, one's for the e-booths and one for the JBC to track who has custody of the voting equipment before Election Day and during Election Day. This came out of 2007 audit that she did on all the voting systems in the state of California, and I don't know if you guys are familiar, but our system was pretty much the only one that was recertified after that, and part of our recertification is to maintain the security through these seals.
So also, if you, any of the three of you, if you have any questions throughout this, please feel free to ask us right away as we're going through it, okay? We want to make sure you get all your questions answered. Okay, so you can see on the screen we're showing you a sample of the chain of custody document. What you're going to do with the, we're going to talk about the JBC chain of custody document first. That's going to be signed when the inspector picks up the supplies and the JBC on distribution day, whatever day you choose. Diane, have you already picked a time and location for pickup?
No, I'm going to pick up at our general location.
Okay, good. So you know when you pick up your supply box, you're also going to get the JBC, and you're going to be signing that you're taking custody of that JBC when you pick that up at the distribution site. You're going to bring the JBC to the polling place on election morning. And at that point on election morning, you know you're not going to bring it to early setup if you're able to do that. You won't be bringing it to election morning. When you do that, you're going to be verifying the seals with one of your clerks. You're going to be verifying that the seals are all still intact and haven't been tampered with. and you're going to sign election morning as the inspector and a clerk are both going to initial the JVC chain of custody document.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to make sure that you check the seals 4 times on election day. So there'll be a box on the JVC chain of custody document, on the chain of custody documents, for each time that you do that. The blue seals are removed from the JVC and placed on the back of the JVC chain of custody document. So you can just stick them right there on the back. And final placement of the chain of custody document, when you're done at the end of the night, you have to make sure that it goes in the JVC box. Sometimes inspectors forget or they put it somewhere else. They'll put their JVC chain of custody in the e-booth chain pocket on the caddy. So you just want to make sure it'll be labeled on the top of each of the chain of custodies which type it is. And we just want to make sure that we place them in the proper place on election day so that we can track them afterwards. If not, Kelly will give you a call afterwards and ask you if you still have it or do you know where you put it.
And also, just so you know, too, when we're talking about the seals, the security seals and the chain of custody documents, they're so interrelated, we're going to be repeating a lot of stuff, so just be patient, because we want to make sure you understand. When you're removing the blue seals from the JVC, that's for setup in the morning, and any seal that you remove, any blue seal that you remove, is going to be placed on the back of the chain of custody document for that piece of equipment. So for the JVC, it's going to go back on the back of the JVC chain of custody document, and if you're taking a blue seal off an e-booth, you're going to put that on the back of the e-booth chain of custody document. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the e-booth chain of custody document. Like Brett said, that's going to be attached. There's a plastic sleeve that's attached to the front of the caddy where all the e-booths are stored. The e-booth chain of custody document actually has a spot where the delivery vendor, because as an inspector you obviously can't pick that up in your car, so those are delivered for the Registrar of Voters office. So our delivery vendor signs that they've taken custody. There's also a spot for the polling site to sign that they've received those, the caddy with the e-booths in it. And then on election morning, or if you're doing early setup, there's a place for the inspector or clerk to sign that you're opening the caddy and that you're setting it up. You're doing early setup, so you're signing that you've done that. And then, of course, during the day on election day, 4 times, like Brett said, with the JVC, you're going to be checking all the red seals and the blue seal on the VVPAT printer 4 times during the day to make sure they're still intact and they haven't been tampered with. Do you guys have any questions yet?
No.
No.
Okay, great.
Okay, so again with the e-booths, it's the same with the JVCs. When you verify them, and once you actually take the blue seals off of the booths, you can go ahead and apply them to the back of the chain of custody document as well. As we mentioned a couple times, go ahead and you'll need to check 4 times a day. And you'll place that chain of custody document back in the slip on the caddy once you're done.
And also what we recommend, too, what we're going to teach you in class, is that for the JVC chain of custody and the e-booth chain of custody document, during the day on election day, keep both of them under the JVC, and that way they're sitting out, and it kind of reminds you that you need to be checking those. We tell people it's usually, if you think about it during the day, it's once when you open, in the morning when you're getting ready to open the polls, lunch, dinner, and then at night when you're getting ready to close the polls. And that would be your 4 times during the day that you need to check those. But you do want to keep them somewhere where you can see them, so usually under the JVC, and then you'll remember to check the seals 4 times.
And it's sticking out so we can see them?
Right, right. And then, of course, after that, at the end of the night when you're packing up, the JVC needs to go back in the JVC box, and the e-booth chain of custody document needs to go in the plastic sleeve on the caddy. Okay, so let's talk about tamper-evident security seals. So we have 2 different colored seals. We have red seals, which you're never going to remove at all on election day or off any piece of equipment. So any red seal that you see needs to remain on the equipment, and those are very important to be checking the integrity of those. The blue seals you're going to remove for setup on the JVC and the e-booths, all of them except one, and that's going to be one that's on the side of the VVPAT printer. And we're going to leave that during the day. That's not going to come off till the end of the night when we're packing up the VVPAT printers. So that would be the only blue seal that you're not removing for setup. Both of these seals, like I said, they're tamper-evident. So if somebody is trying to take them off, what's going to happen is the word void is going to go across the seal in white lettering. So it's pretty easy to tell if somebody's been either playing with them or trying to remove them, because it's going to have the word void all across it. Okay, and that would be the situation where you would need to call us at the Registrar of Voters office right away so we can advise you what to do about that, okay? Okay, so again, the red seals are never to be removed from the equipment. 4 times during the day, we're checking the placement and integrity of those red seals. There are some red seals that are not visible to you, and they are mentioned on the chain of custody document, but you don't need to worry about them. We don't want you taking the equipment apart to try and find the red seals to verify. So you're just checking, obviously, the visible red seals. You can see on the slide, that's the JVC. There's 3 red seals on the back of the JVC. And then the picture to the right, you can see the red seal and then a red in-tab lock, that plastic and metal lock. That is one of the seals that we want to make sure that we verify that it's still intact and not damaged. If anything happens to that red plastic in-tab lock, we need you to call us right away and let us know. Even if it was just an accident, you know, somebody bumped into it, or when you were putting it in the JVC box and it might have got damaged, just let us know. Call us back right away. We need to make sure that that also is kept intact during Election Day, okay? Okay, blue seals. All right, like I said before, the blue seals are removed for setup, and the only exception to that is the one, if you look at the very bottom picture, you can see the side of the VVPAT printer. That one blue seal, we're going to be leaving that on during the day, and basically that gives us a way to verify that nobody's tampered with the VVPAT printer during the day. So that's one blue seal that we're going to be checking during our 4 times during the day. And if you look at the picture in the middle, the JVC, that blue zip tie that's on the outside of the JVC box, that's also considered one of our blue seals that we're going to remove for setup, but the inspector needs to have at least one clerk with them when they remove that plastic lock, okay? And you might want to bring scissors. Those are really tough. You need something to cut it with. But that is one of our blue safety seals, so we want to make sure that it's on there and that you have, as an inspector, that you have a clerk with you when you open that. All right, so our final seal verification is going to be at night when we're closing the polls. Again, you want to check for the last time to make sure for placement and integrity, make sure nothing's been tampered with. You're going to sign both chain of custody documents, and the e-boot chain of custody document you're going to put back in the plastic sleeve that's on the caddy. And for the JVC chain of custody document, we want to put that back inside the JVC box once you've done your final initialing of the document, okay?
Okay.
Anybody have any questions yet? All right. All right. We've put up some contact information for you, for Brett and I. Does anyone have any questions about the security seals or chain of custody documents?
No.
You guys are good. Do you have any questions about Election Day at all, or anything regarding your work on Election Day?
I have a question about the manual. Is there some way of viewing that online
Absolutely.
So the things that I haven't been able to see so far. I mean, can I, if you have a site that I can go to?
Yeah, if you go to ocvote.com/training, there should be a link there.
Oh, okay.
And if you can't find it that way, through ocvote.com if you go to ocvote.com and then click on volunteer, there's an icon on the top of the page, and then it will give you some options, including training. You can click through that way.
Okay.
And there's a manual online.
Yeah, I tried to find that earlier, and wasn't able to, but knowing the right words to put in. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, try training, and if not, you can always call back the customer service number, and they'd be able to walk you through that to find it.
okay,
Okay?
great.
Anybody else have any questions?
That on both of those, and had no problems with it. And I did get to see a DVD that came with the new manual.
Good.
Good.
There are some minor changes from the February one, but not too many.
That's right. The main thing would be that there's no party ballots in this one, since it's a general election. That's kind of the major one.
You know what, William, can I get your email address so I can send you a copy of the PowerPoint for today?
It's Hattonhouse, HATTONHOUSE, all one word, at socal.rr.com.
Okay. I will go ahead and mail you or email you the PowerPoint as soon as we're done here. Now, Carol, did you need to get it too, or are you good?
No, I do need to get it. I still wasn't able to log on.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me yours again. I know I sent you yesterday, but go ahead and give me your email again.
D as in dog, hyphen, C as in cat, hyphen, C as in Cole, COLE, at sccglobal.net. So it's D-C-C-COLE at sccglobal.net.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'll go ahead and email those to you both. Diane, anything else I can do for you?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for participating in the webinar.
You're welcome, okay.
You're welcome.
Is there a way that somebody could stay on and help me log on through this, just make sure for my next webinar I can do it?
Yeah, we can try to get Jose back if you can hold on.
Yeah, let me go get Jose for you. I'll be right back.
So the rest of it's for sure, is it right?
Yes.
Thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Still working.